Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina. I'm the channel for this channel and let's start. Many masks. The authentic self. Okay. Gathering around the power of community. Okay. And Willow the Wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. Okay, ooh. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck is Watchers. I really like that. So all of the cards are basically, I don't think that they have come online on this channel so far. That's interesting. So I'm gonna keep the Watchers as well. Transpersonal. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna pull some more from my own deck. As always. Right. Stars. Oh, Fear. Oh, the Void. Oh, the green card. Okay. Oh, and there they are, the Watchers. The Watchers, they are here. They are watching. Are they just watching? That's the question. That's the question. Oh, it's interesting. So what do I get? Oh, it's basically a theory that I'm getting about the many masks. The many masks today looks at for me like I'm certainly getting that you know, this can go in so many directions because of the many masks, right? Should I touch all of them? But then this will be a long video. Certainly I'm drawn to this dot there. Watchers. Power of community. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Transpersonal. It's basically that the people are waking up, right? I'm just getting it with masks. People are waking up. They're waking up to the power of community and to the truth, you know. And it's something that is given. That there's that's a natural development of authenticity. Because you know, lies can only be upheld for a certain period of time. You know, they in Germany we say lies have short legs, right? So therefore people are waking up. But I'm also getting something like that's a bit of a different message. But you know, when I'm seeing this, it's like people are waking up to the truth, and they are going to show the finger to everything that is not the truth, right? So because they are waking up to the access to truth, the access to you know, everything that is just a story and not the reality, right? So therefore, that's a given. But what I'm also getting is basically a mass consciousness manifestation type of thing. It's the power of community and treasures hidden in the shadows and the Watchers. It's basically the idea of the more people are focusing or giving their strength and power to one specific outcome, right? Or it's basically the idea of, well, what my cat said, Major Tom. It's like yes. Let's say if every consciousness on this planet would basically focus on one thing, right? Let's say if every consciousness on this planet would think that tree leaves are blue, then they actually would be blue, because that's the way how consciousness is constructed. But today I'm also getting, you know, based on this theory, so to say, it's also that people are waking up that they have been led by fear, and you know, and they have been basically you know, that's what's causing a void within people. Because if you are being led by fear, if you are living based on fear, then you are not living to your fullest. That's not how we are supposed, you know, that's the void basically, right? When we give in to fear and we live from this standpoint, we basically just yeah, we just live in a void, and that's what people are waking up to, I think, because the stars, you know, those are dreams, right? And what's the point of living, basically, if we don't live, right? I think that's what people are waking up to. It's this what do I want? You know, what do we want? What do we want as a collective? Where do we want to go to? Where do, you know, is this the right way where we've been led, right? Is this the right way we've been led, or is it just is it just a way of manipulation, right? Of the watchers, you know? In the way we all are just watching, right? And it's important not just to watch, but to also actively participate in life, right? And it's like, nonetheless, this shadow of humanity that is experienced is also something that holds a treasure, as the card says, right? It's basically, it was necessary for humanity to wake up to their light. You know, when you see the wings, for me, this card looks like completely like consciousness, right? Because it's blue, it's the water. So it really looks like consciousness completely. And if you look this is, you know, the consciousness is something that we discover within us, right? It's basically waking up to our own shadows, but also the light in the shadow, right? The beautiful light in the shadow. And when we wake up, we take it out to the earth, right? To the manifested 3D reality. We take our light with us because it's been awakened, right? So this is basically the light that has been sparked, and it all comes with the power of community, you know, because we've been held separate, right? We have been held separately from ourselves, from our authentic self, you know, because if we show up in the world and just showing a mask, right, then we will only reflect, we will only get the reflection back based on the mask that we are wearing. And when we remove every mask that has been placed upon us, by the way, we have been indoctrinated to view the world, right? You know, it's easy to say, for example, that you have to act in a certain way, otherwise you will not be accepted, right? So I'm getting reminded of tattoos. You know, back in the days when tattoos first were basically invented, only a small group of people had tattoos, and they were all basically looked at strangely, right? And then there was just a time where tattoos were only associated with people in prison, right? Because they were like, You know, that's basically how tattoos were looked at. But if you look at it today, it's rare that actually someone doesn't have a tattoo, right? So this is basically the phase we are again going through with the awakening. You know, it's basically, yeah, it's the awakening to our true authentic selves, and also to our basic fundamental rights of being ourselves and living, you know, living freely without fear. Because without, like, if we would live with fear, right? If we live with fear, we only have, you know, if we live with fear, we only have the void inside us and the dreams that are basically like stars for us. They are not reachable, right? You cannot touch them. You cannot go for them. You cannot do anything with them, right? Because they're just dreams, right? But humanity is waking up to the fact that, you know, that we all are creating this, right? We all are creating basically the access to the land, right? We are creating, we all together are creating what the truth really is, right? And therefore we say no to inauthenticity, because that's not what we want. We want to have we want to experience community and also the power of community, right? The power of our magical, mystical being, right? We don't want to be just observers of our lives, you know? We want to be creators of our lives. We want to be those mystical creatures just flying around, right? And doing things, right? Also with the wings here, you know, it's not just, it's a waking up, it's this waking up to our magic and to all the masks and all the layers that have been placed upon us that are not the truth. And I'm getting, look, if you look at the numbers, those are 11 faces, and if you add 3, 2, and 8, it's also 11, right? So it's given. It has to come this way, because we are not supposed to be held back. Our power is not supposed to be held back, because it's just not possible. It's not, you know, it's not possible. But in a way, also the shadow of this was necessary to go inwards, right? It was all, in a way, part of the plan, right? But the truth is coming to light, and let's see if we can pull some more cards. What's going to happen next? The more people are basically waking up to their truth. Yeah, revelation, unmarked trail. Yeah, that's the new way of living, right? That's the new way of that's the truth. Again, green, right? It's the truth of what has been kept from us. You know, I'm seeing this again as the layers and the many masks, you know. It's not just one mask. There's not just one layer that has been held from us. It's been many layers, and we all are working through our layers bit by bit, you know. And we all arrive, you know, if you look at that, we all arrive here eventually. So it's like, it's a given. Yeah. And it would lead to a beautiful beginning. Look at that. She's totally in the consciousness, right? She's totally in there. It's beautiful. And it's also still a little bit uncertain, right? Because a new beginning with uncertainty also. That's fascinating. You would think that the truth is certain, but it's not. But she's got wings, you know. We are all waking up to our wings and to our beauty, right? She's so beautiful. Look at her. Like, we are all waking up as we lay our masks down, right? Let's see. Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Yeah, I'm also getting that you know, the veil is getting very thin, and it could be that the new way of living is basically in between realms. So it appears to me that the future we are stepping into is something that we might all not be able to imagine from this standpoint on. It's you know, because look at all the wings, you know, those are otherworldly creatures, and we are them, and they are us, and we are just waking up to a different world, right? But well, we had to go through the shadow first a little bit, right? To the treasures, to discover the treasures in the shadow, right? And we had to discover that we are all one. The power of community, right? The gathering around. And then we discover our magic, right? And it's something that, it's basically an unwritten story. It's a new way. Dust devil, moving out of stagnation. Yeah, that's basically what you know, that's what fear does to us, right? That's what fear is doing. Fear is holding us captive. It's holding us in a certain space without movement. And once the movement is, once we are free again, we are free to move. And if you look at this this image, you know, it's like the reality is less dense than before, right? The reality is just it's more see-through, right? And for me, if I look at the word devil, it's like inauthenticity is the devil, right? It's like if we are not authentic, we are just living we are living underneath layers which are holding us down, right? We are living under layers which are holding us stagnant. And that's the devil. Deep diver, diving into a task. Yeah. Yeah, you know, when you are, when you've been awakened to your authentic self, you've also find the intensity again, you know, because if you are basically under a layer, it's also that you are a little bit numb, right? You're numb and you are just you are not as intense as you should be, right? And it's just that when you think about a mask, it's just a layer upon your true self, right? It's a layer, and it's holding how should I describe it? It's holding this intensity back. It's just and when we are again, you know, when we are diving deep into our being, it's intense, but in a good way, because we experience the intensity of feelings again. And if we are putting on a mask, we are hiding the feelings underneath that. And that's the shadow that we are exposing, basically. Because in a way, we are just, when we put on a mask, we hide also that we are afraid of certain feelings, you know? Because that's what you do when you don't live to your fullest, when you don't deep dive into a task, when you don't live to your full extent. You know, if you just do something without passion, right? If you just do something just for the sake of doing it and because it has to be done, right? That's a shadow. That's basically us just existing. That's just breathing. But we want to live, don't we? That's what we all wake up to, you know? We all wake up to, hey, what's that? We are just here for a certain amount of time, at least in this incarnation, right? So we actually do want to deep dive into everything that we are passionate about, right? And look at how we are sinking into the consciousness and the feeling about it, right? We don't want to be numb anymore, you know? People are waking up to release the fear of feeling deeply. Everything, you know? We have to feel everything to live to the fullest. Every spectrum of feeling. And the darkness that holds us back from doing so is if we, you know, if we remove the layer of the mask, it will first put us a little bit in a shadow, right? We will first. Can you imagine not crying for years and suddenly you have to cry every day because you have suppressed your feelings? And that's what's being released by becoming authentic. You know, it will be all balanced after a while, but since we have been numb for so many years, decades, right? We need to now open up to basically to feel again, right? And to not be scared of this, right? And then we can live freely. And well, let's see if there's something that the cards will tell us what's coming out of this, you know, once we've been through this, because that's what we all go through right now. At some point, we just cannot hide anymore. You know, we cannot suppress this based on fear. We cannot hide the void anymore. We cannot hide our own dreams anymore. You know, we cannot. We cannot hide that. So that's what I'm doing here. We cannot hide this. Animals. Yeah, it's this animal instinct. It's this primary. You know, animals, they are very raw, right? You know, they just show their feelings whenever they come up without filtering them or holding them back. They are a bit like children, right? Children are the same. They are also just expressing their emotions whenever they come up. And I believe that this is what we're heading to now. Yeah, and all the answers. Yeah. This guy is a wise guy, isn't he? Yeah, it's basically waking up to the truth. This reading feels so collective. It does. yeah, we are waking up to our true selves, and when we are laying, when we remove the masks, we will be led to why we are here, to our purpose. So this reading is collective. Wow, cool. First collective, besides the cat feeding one, but that's important. Okay, go watch that one if you haven't done so already. I will link it down below. Yeah. And it's a beautiful gift that we get when we remove the layers, right? When we remove that, and when we wake up to our the reason why we're here. It's just that we have been indoctrinated to be scared of our own feelings and our own authenticity from the moment we came on this planet, because we've been raised that way, right? And we've been trained that way. We have been programmed that way. And but you know, this is a lie, and once the lie has been removed and the answers come in, we will not go back to how it has been before. It will be great. It will be a great journey. So let's see if I can pull another. Maybe I love this deck. I hope that the energies of this will come out right now. It would be perfect, but let's see what we will get. Yes! Yes! Oh wow! It says abundance. Jupiter. Look at that. Yeah, we are waking up to, you know, competition doesn't exist. There's plenty for everyone. For everyone. And we're waking up to this. Every single soul on this planet. Because that's the truth. And the truth cannot be withheld. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it's the perfect way to end this. So we are waking up to our abundance. Yeah. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed the reading. As I said, infos on the litter box below. And yeah, see you next time. Bye-bye.